Happy birthday. I'm Andy and you born on the 23rd of December. Now that's a very good horoscope to have. Born on the 23rd of December. You have the gifts of communication and marketing skills. You have a brain which absorbs knowledge very fast and you can read books and memorize things. You'll have a very active mental state of affairs and you can do very well in business and banking areas as well. You will tend to be very impatient and hasty and get fed up with people who are slow, but don't do that because these people could be your best support, especially on a bad day or a bad period where you are under stress and you could make mistakes doing things very quickly. You will have many things on your mind most of the time, and that's why you will always tend to forget people's birth dates and important dates of families and important appointments. So you need to list everything in your diary, otherwise many will think of you as a person who is out of sight and out of mind. And you will have some also thinking of you as very material, because you have material planets leading you who are very interested in money and all the material things and investments they want to make. And so people will sometimes think you have no heart. And so try and portray the other side of life to people who matter to you as well. Now, knowing that you are very impatient and very hasty and very impulsive, now these can be a problem in 2018 because the 2018 planets are not giving you a good foundation. So you have to be careful in 2018 that everything you do in speed can lead to very bad miscommunication or miscalculation. So making a big move in any area of your life in 2018 would be very risky, because you already lose 40% of goodness, of good planets are all gone weak to the tune of 40%. And that means you are only left with 60% to make forward moves. But then you are born on a very lucky day and you'll be able to still do very well. It all depends on what age you are going to be. There are planets that make you have a low self-confidence and sometimes have inferiority complexes. So these can be like making you very argumentative. You'll want to argue everything that somebody says because you feel inferior and therefore you want to attack. So you can be very defensive, unnecessarily so. So tell yourself that sometimes if you don't need to answer back, don't. Because answering back always shows some form of provocation or confrontation. Okay? You also have planets that tend to make you have low self-confidence. And because of that, you'll want to do many things at the same time because you somehow want to be busy because of this low self-confidence. Or sometimes you may want to show that you can do many things very fast just to overcome this feeling of low self-confidence. So you have some very complicated planets. The only way to really know all about you and the progress and the happy levels of your life would be one day to have a 90-minute Skype session with me. It's going to cost you USD $50. And that 90 minutes will be for the next 5, 6 or 7 years in your life, in all areas of your life. But first let me go on and talk to you about your 2018. Now you will be going into 2018 very soon, or you will be there already. Now the 2018 planets have taken away 40% good luck for you. So you are left with 60% to do the best you can. And taken away 40% is a lot. So there's going to be some form of struggle in any area of your life, whether in romance or marriage or family, whether in job or business or finances, or whether in health. Something wrong is going to take place because 40% is very high to lose. And so now what I need to know is what age you are, because your age still has 60% power. And I don't know that. So let's pretend. Let's pretend that you are the ages of 23 or 32 or 41 or 50 or 59 or 68 or 75. If you're any of these ages, you are still going to do well enough or even quite well, or sometimes very well in 2018, because people of these ages have a group of their best planets. And so these best planets are somehow going to get you through to be able to reach some heights of success, to be able to get what they want in romance or marriage, to be able to build up even in business. So ages are very important. I'm going to give you another sample of ages which are going to be problematic. If you happen to be the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75, you have to be very careful, because these ages are loaded with problems as they move into 2018. 2018 has given out a lot of bad vibrations to these ages, so they come with a lot of complications. And since you already have lost 40% in 2018, you will lose another possible of 30% because these ages are also problematic. So you will have 2018 you can have 2018 at a level of 70% problem. Now the only way to know, as I said, is to know your full date of birth and time of birth, but to look at your palms is very important. The palms have a brain of their own. The horoscope has a brain of its own. We like the two to merge and to support each other. But these ages which I've just given you, that won't happen. So you'll have many problems in all areas of your life, be it romance, marriage, family, be it job, finances, business, be it health. You will have a very tough time. But don't give up. Always tell yourself that you control your horoscope. This is a plan. A horoscope is a plan. And so the plan says this is how we want it to work. And all the planets will take up their positions. But you can tell yourself, well, I already know it. I heard it from Andi. It's going to be like that. Let me put up my defenses. Let me become very careful in all areas of my life. You will slowly bring down the exposure to risk of these planets. And you won't show high success, but you will show some success, and you will find happiness. You will be able to tame many of these planets by being very careful in temperament and every other area of your life. And that's the way. That's why astrology is important, to let you know what can happen in the future, so that you can position yourself to tackle all the difficulties. So if you are not of these ages which I've mentioned, the good and the bad, these are extreme ages, you will be somewhere in the middle, going up and down. But the only way to know is to contact me on Skype or on Facebook, or send me an email, and let's get down to formulating a date. And it's all for USD 50, that's all. Next 5, 6, 7 years in all areas of your life. It will be a very intense reading, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. I will tell you what can be lucky for you in terms of colors, gemstones, directions, how to get up new energies of good kinds. Everything I will tell you. I look forward to you one day. Before that, I want to talk to you a bit about health. Born on the 23rd, I do worry that you can have spinal problems. And these spinal problems can be very severe. And you need to identify them early. Because when you're early, you recuperate fast. And these problems can be settled down fast. Once you're much older, then they take a long time to recuperate. So spinal issues are there. You're also going to suffer a tendency to have backaches. To have gastric problems. I mentioned backaches already in spinal problems. To have gastric problems. So your stomach is going to be somehow in difficulty. Either you're not eating on time, or either you're not somehow attending to things. So you're going to have these issues of the stomach. I can't talk too much about health because all I know is 23rd December. Once I know every detail of yours in terms of date of birth and palms and everything, I will be able to do a scan, and you will know for the rest of your life what is possible health-wise to disturb you. That's a severe early detection technique which I have, and that will be able to stop the worst from happening in any kind of area in your body. And that's what I do. So I look forward to making your contact. And so until then, happy birthday and have a good one. Thank you. Goodbye.